So here's my drain plug, put it in, same stuff, PL Premium, the fast cure. So I left it a little proud, as you can see there, and here I will leave it just a tad bit proud, but I took the belt sander and sanded it off flush, or just a little bit up. I might take this side off just a tad, but that'll put me about flush. And then I don't want to take too much out. I don't want to take, I want to leave some of the glue around the edge there, but I definitely don't want it like this. So I'll sand this off, and that way it'll be a nice, good, clean looking fit. Today we're priming. Woo! I already started. Oh well, that's the way it works. That's when I remember, I'm like, shit, I should take some video, because I started, you know. So you can see the high spots, low spots, all that spots that were filled in by the fairing. Now we're pretty smooth. I got a couple lines right through here. At this point, I am not worrying about it. It is 3 weeks from the day that I started. July 4th is today. And we're going to get some paint on this bugger. So I'm priming it this morning. By tonight, hopefully we'll have the top coat on it. And Sunday I plan on flipping it. Got Frank coming back over, and we're going to flip it and get it on the trailer. It's good stuff. So for any of you that don't know this, since I'm in the remodeling business, this is a Whizzer Roller. That's what we call it. And yeah, my brother showed me that. He was working for a painting company at the time, and he's like, this thing's cool. I was like, that's a little turd roller. You know, what good is that thing? Well, yeah, I became a convert after I used it on some railing banisters. And so any of these projects like this, it works great. Gets all these little nooks and crannies. You just turn it on its edge and slide it down there to load it up. You see where I did this already. This is all rolled. Gets everywhere you want to get. So Whizzer Rollers, pretty cool stuff. So the paint product, nothing special. 1, 2, 3 primer. Love that stuff. Sticks to everything. Get it on your hands, go to wash it off 5 seconds later and it doesn't want to come off. I mean, how can you complain about that? Sanding, 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 and more sanding. So I primed her up and then sanded it off, and you can see the high spots and low spots and so forth. I'm gonna go back. You know, I did the wax paper. You can see the line right here. I did the wax paper trick on that. Well, apparently they don't make wax paper like they used to, because I did that before at one point, like 8 or 9 years ago, and it worked. This time it just stuck. Stuck. Belt sanded it, all that. You can still see the line. So I didn't fair that a second time, because I was like, I might have to grind it all off. But apparently at this point everything seems to be sticking to it just fine. So I guess the epoxy just pretty much saturated that paper and stuck it there. We're going to do let me get my camera strap out of here, bow eye today. I got fairing on it. You can see it skimmed on there, out in the sun to try to dry. Of course today it's going to get hot enough, but we got a little cold front coming through, and I'm using slow, so I'm just kind of waiting. Okay, so my bow trim piece is made to fit right in there using oak. I recessed out for the eye. You can see the outline right here, so it just kind of fits just in like so, and I'll seal it and all. Now that bolt was longer, and you can see I cut it off. I threaded a nut on there, cut it off, and then unthreaded the nut just to make sure I could chase the threads if I needed to. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna butt these up and use this coupler bolt to tighten down against there, because with these boats, see how wide my stem is on this framed boat. I need something that'll make that distance. So I ended up buying the coupler bolt and this all thread. Now it's electrocoated galvanized. I have some cold galvanizing compounds, so once I get it all together I'll spray it with that. Plus I'll glue it all in place. So I made this piece up. It's got a little index there for my stainless steel rub rail or rub guard, and I just set it in place, and I did a little pilot drill bit to get an index, and then I drilled it out bigger with a paddle bit, and so that will fit in there like so, and then this part of the, obviously it'll be turned around, and then a long all thread will go all the way through. So that's kind of how I'm doing the bow eye. Alright, remember the other day I shot the video how I did the bow eye. I just put that in using the PL Premium Fast Cure. Attached it, so that's it right there, and I had notched that out with my fine tool or multi-master or whatever, and my blackmouth cur says, hey, it's July 4th, we should be doing something fun, shouldn't we? Don't be not paying attention to me, I'm taking your photo. Look, a little tail wagging. I gotta get under here. Alright, so there's the all thread going into the stem. Drilled that blind, went dead center. Got pretty lucky on that one. Sometimes it's hard to get them to do that. As you can see, it doesn't look like it's real high on the boat, does it? But it's got a pretty good bit of rocker in it. So if we go flat, which is right about like that, you can see it's down there a good ways, so I think that should line up well. Primed it today, faired up my top side of my spray rail. You can see I need to fill in right there a little bit, but I got most of it done pretty good. I was hoping to get top coat on it, but that'll have to be tomorrow. But it's looking pretty good for a bunch of 2x4s and some plywood.